All right, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for our meeting tonight. Look at all these beautiful faces. I love it. We have women from State College. We have women from Bloomsburg, up towards Rebecca. I'm just going to say up towards Allentown. I forget the name of your town. This is awesome. This is what we do. We represent. So tonight's going to be awesome because it's all about prepping for your parties. Okay, so a couple of big announcements I want to make sure everyone is aware of. First and foremost, check the event calendar. We are having more events than ever. I am so proud of you guys. We have consultants who are spearheading masks and makeovers in State College, in Bloomsburg area, and as well in the Altoona area. So thank you to everyone who is stepping up into some leadership roles as we get ready to have baby Lincoln join us here this month. And I'm so proud of that. Also take note to our virtual facials and parties, just like this, guys. Just like this. Tomorrow, I actually will be creating a video on what to put in for my first one so that you can see what I do. I have a letter I put in there. I'll make that all available to you guys so that you can book guests. They can log on to Zoom just like this and do the whole facial with everything. Now think how that can multiply your business. Think of how that could spread your business all over the country, that for busy women, that gives them like another way to get together with you, or even how you can better service your customers. I have so many ideas about this. Like, what if you just mailed out, like I think of the preferred customer lookbook and the sample that comes in that? What if you did that with all your customers and did the 5-minute Zoom call and teach them how to use the charcoal mask, right? And just catch up with them. I mean, it's all about customer service. So Zoom is awesome. It allows us to connect. It also will allow you to connect with your customers even better too. So I'm just really pumped about those. We have one next Saturday, the 12th. It's makeovers featuring our pumpkin spice, the full pumpkin spice palette. And then we also have one, it'll be a Friday night, the 25th, and that is going to be like skincare and spa products. The list of what you need are already in the event. So make sure you check those out. RSVP on Facebook. I already have guests personally booked for both, and you're going to want to make sure you do the same and get your packets ready in the next week or two to mail out the week of the event, okay? So look for that video tomorrow. On that note, if you are not following me on my YouTube channel, make sure you do that, okay? We are making all of our training videos public. So all I ask is that, you jump on there, check it out. I want to make sure you have access to all my training, no matter what time of day it is. So we'll have all of our new consultant training videos will be uploaded here this week, as well as some other extra ones that we're going to have. And tonight, I'm probably going to upload tonight's meeting there too. Okay, so speaking of meetings, right? And when you attend 8 in a row, you get $100 in free retail. Has anybody earned that already? Raise your hand if I can see you. Yes! Rachel Reno, Rebecca Cobb, awesome. Jamie Kiefer earned hers last night. We were celebrating her meeting. So make sure you go onto our Facebook page and you apply for your prize voucher, okay? And it's gonna be a combination of some new products, as well as some really important ones that we're going to be teaching on in the next couple weeks. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Now here's how we're gonna keep that going, okay? But here's how we're gonna change a little bit. Just because I am due the 29th and I don't want to delay anyone's success, so we're gonna still keep up with that. But I imagine once Lincoln's here, 6:30 and 7:30 may or may not work for my schedule with him. I have no idea. So regardless, if we have to move meetings earlier or if we have to move meetings later, whatever they are, they may not be the best time for you guys. So when we have our virtual meetings, they will be recorded. And when you watch the recording within the week that it aired, and you still pay your $5 to me via Venmo, ProPay, or check in the mail, that will still count for you to earn the $100 in free retail. Isn't that kind of cool? So I know a number of you, it's just hard sometimes to make every single meeting. And I just want you to make meetings and trainings a priority. And we want this to be easy for you. So we're going to allow our virtual meetings to be a little bit more flexible like that. So I'm really excited about that and I hope you guys are too. Because think about that. Every time you attend 8 meetings in a row, and now you have that freedom, you can watch it anytime within the week, that's going to earn you $100 of product. And that is stuff that you can demo so you can grow your new party repertoire. That's stuff you can sell and make full profit. Girls, that is your own product. You might never have to spend a penny on yourself again. Like, that is just fantastic. So I'm really excited about it. And I think that will be a new little fun addition and tweak to the program for all of us. So we have some recognition today. So I just want to do a huge shout out. I want to give a huge shout out to Amanda and Amanda, the Amandas. Tonight is the Amanda night. I love it. And so I'm going to have you guys each pop on. I have your stats right here, but I'm going to have you guys, I'm going to unmute both of you, Amanda Fenson and Amanda Davis. Robbins Davis. Forever, this is going to screw me up. When you guys get married, it's like, oh, takes me forever to get the new last names. I second guess myself. But I would love for you guys to share a little bit about your week. Both of you had fabulous sales. Both of you have appointments coming up on your books in the next 2 weeks. Some of you have some amazing kudos to share. So Amanda Funson, why don't we have you go first? Tell us a little bit about your week, your sales, and what you have coming up.
So this week I had $111 in sales. Most of it was reorders. I also had a new customer contact me who we did a one-on-one on Sunday so that she could get some samples and try some products. So I'm waiting for an order to come from her. I have a vendor event scheduled for Saturday at Christopher Banks in Selinsgrove. And I have not always been good about doing what I'm supposed to with parties. So I have a party that is at the end of October that I actually got a guest list for, complete with names, numbers, and email addresses so that I can pre-profile them.
That is awesome. Amanda, that is fantastic. I'm going to tell you, I was the same way. I cut lots of corners, and then every year I cut a little less. And then when I stopped cutting and I got more confident, it was like, okay, and then I became a director. So you are on the right path. Congratulations, girl. I'm so excited. Fantastic. Okay, so our Amanda number 2, Amanda Davis, Robbins Davis. See, I just call Amanda Funson, I call her Funson. I'm going to have to come up with like DR, RD, or something kind of fun for you for a nickname, okay? We're going to work on that. But Amanda, why don't you share a little bit about your sales and your week? What do you have coming up?
Well, I was able to relaunch my Mary Kay business and put in a wholesale order. A lot of my sales I had this week were reorders from other customers. So I was like at $148. I have a $75 order coming in that someone had bought the Mint Bliss Christmas gifts. So I have an order in for those. And I have 2 parties scheduled for October and the 2 RSVPs for the mask night in State College.
Oh, that is fantastic. And I just want to give a little shout out to Amanda because this is like a total different picture than just a few weeks ago. You know, we had been messaging back and forth and you were very frustrated, stuck, and not sure what your next best step was. Do you want to share a little bit about maybe 1 or 2 things that have really made a difference and have totally turned your business around from having no sales and lots of inventory that wasn't moving to now selling? I bet you've sold like what, $500, $600?
Yeah, probably.
Total? Since we've made a change? What was that big change that happened, would you say?
Putting more effort into it, like reaching out to the customers who I've had before, really pushing the inventory that I had. I've been using my Facebook page a lot more than what I normally had been doing. And I reached out to some people who I didn't think would be interested in doing parties, but they were the ones that actually got back to me first.
Get out. And how has, I know we've kind of started coaching, not kind of we have. And how has that worked for you, having that one-on-one time with booking and whatnot? How has that made a difference?
it helped me because I knew like what kind of scripts I needed to say, or what was the next step, what products I needed to put together, how to do a party and everything like that, how to reach out to them. If you don't hear back from them, don't let it go, just continue to reach out to them.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Well, way to go, girl. Oh, so many amazing things to celebrate this month. And we have a number of women, just like Amanda. I have to give a huge shout out to Diane Gavin. She's on the Amanda Funson team. Totally relaunched her business. And we've been booking. She has like 4 or 5 like facials on her books. She got her active order in. I mean, just, what it takes, guys, is first of all, not being afraid to reach out for help. How many of you have already reached out to help, whether it was from me or another consultant? Like, if you've done it, raise your hand. I think it's important we all see that. I'm constantly asking people above me and around me, I don't get this. What am I not doing right? That's the first step, is to do that. The second thing is to get a plan in place. And I will tell you, if you need help with that, let me know tonight. Let me know tonight so we can do that. And he is kicking a lot. You should see my belly. It's like you can see things popping out. It's kind of gross. Kind of cool, but kind of gross. Okay. All right. So we are going to talk tonight about Party 101. So I am going to go ahead and mute everybody out for a little bit. You guys, feel free to ask questions on the side. We'll get to them and answer them. We're going to talk about what do you need for parties? What are some of the things that you might not think about that you want to have, some pro tips that I can give you. So first thing, okay. First thing that is probably not super obvious is your Mary Kay bag. Okay, you're like, Kim, that is obvious. It is and it isn't. Okay, so when you walk into your party, how many bags are you carrying, right? You don't want to be the bag lady. You want to be cute, put together, professional. So when you attend your party, many of you have your starter kit bag, which I actually don't use that as my bag to my parties. Right now, because of my back and being pregnant, I have the wheeled luggage that you can buy on MK Connections. So I wheel that in, or before I was pregnant, I took my Mary Kay starter kit bag, and that was it. You don't want to overpack those bags either. You want to go in looking professional and simple. But I always have a second bag, that's my party bag, that goes with, just because you want to have more things than you probably think you'll need so that you're always prepared. So I'm going to show you, it's a little messy right now, but you can buy these anywhere. This is a 31 bag, and I'm not saying you need to go buy a 31 bag, but you guys have probably seen something like this. Let me scoot back. It looks like this, and it has these little pockets on the side, okay? And this is what I take with, but this is not the first bag I bring in. I bring something cute, professional, not overstuffed, and I go in first, okay? And that's my first lesson for you. So when you're going to someone's home, you want to make sure you arrive early, okay? So if your party starts at 7, you should arrive at 6:30. If you're arriving at 7, it's not good, okay? You want to be prepared and put together. And when you walk in, the first thing you're going to want to do is to compliment your hostess, okay, and just love on her a little bit. And then you're going to scope out the place and find out where you're setting up. This is really crucial. You want 2 key places. You want to find a clean table and a clean sink, because you need access to water, okay? You also don't want the food and drink really close to where you are. Because that can be, we get around food and drink, especially alcohol. It's going to increase the amount of time that you're there. Ideally, I have a second place where I can set up, and that might be in her living room or a small corner near a desk where I meet with everybody individually. And that is where I take my extra catalogs, my calculator or my cell phone, my hostess packets, my recruiting packets, and I kind of have that set up ready to go. I also will have my roll-up bag. If I'm using it during the party, I will take that and bring that with me and put that over there as well in my closing area. Okay, and you'll see why here in a bit. I also save a clothes sheet just for me. And I have that kind of stuff in this second bag that I bring in. So when I go in, I scope out the place, I find out where I want to be, and I start setting up my mirrors and trays, okay? And I might not go out and grab my second bag right away, okay? But I want to get in, put a couple mirrors down. You may need to suggest a different idea than what she had thought for the party. For example, she might have you in like the dark corner of her really nice basement and you're in the dark, damp corner and the lighting's kind of sucky, you know, so you might want to say, actually, you know, the lighting upstairs is really great. Well, what do you think? Would that work? And, you know, and if it doesn't, that's fine. You make do, you know, makeovers by candlelight, whatever you want to call it. But you kind of want to make sure that you have a place that works well for you. Okay. You also don't want the food where you're going to be closing. So think of it like, I should probably even just say, find 3 places. A place where there's food and drink, a place where you're going to have the party, and a place where you can privately close and meet with people. Now, I leave my inventory in the car, okay, most times, and I'm going to explain when I don't, but I do that and I make sure I get a couple orders, and then I go out and fill all the orders and come back in and disseminate them at the end. If there's time, and if you, depending on how much inventory you have, you may want to bring a couple of those inventory carriers in with you. Again, you want to be cautious. Your first party, you know, give yourself a half hour early, get there set up. If you have time, then you can bring some inventory in, and if there's room. I'm careful. I don't bring my inventory in if they have pets, because, you know, when I had a dog, my dog was well behaved, but that doesn't mean her dog's well behaved. And if her dog pees on my inventory carrier, I'm going to be a little upset, and then that ruins all the product, right? So just kind of think some of those things through a little bit. Now, when I'm doing an event, like let's say I'm doing a bridal bash at our State College area, okay, I am probably going to get there an hour early. Or if I'm doing something at a hotel, or if I'm utilizing the coffee shop that Jamie lets us use up in Fishertown in Altoona, or the church in Bloomsburg, I want to get there about an hour early because I want to go in and make sure that the tables are set up the way I want them. I also want to make sure that I can bring my inventory in. See, that's a good neutral location where I can bring all my stuff in, have it set neatly back and away in a corner, and I can fill orders as I'm closing them. So, you know, and it just makes my party go faster. When you're working with people in their homes, you kind of have to use your judgment a little bit. But when you're going to like a neutral location that you're paying for, renting out, or that's more like an office setting, you absolutely want to get there an hour early so you can guarantee you can bring that inventory in, okay? Your goal is to have everything set up before everyone really starts getting there. Okay, and so depending on how much time it takes you, you may just say out of the gate, maybe you would be better coming an hour or 45 minutes early rather than just a half hour. The more parties you do, you'll get your routine down, okay? So if a half hour, try a half hour. If that doesn't feel good, you need more time, then start going an hour early. Okay, and then when you're coaching your hostess, you're going to say, great, you know, our party starts at 6. Would it be okay that I arrive between 5 and 5:15? I just want to make sure I get there and I get set up so I'm able to welcome every guest as she walks in the door. Okay, so that's really important. Now, let's talk about some things that you need to have with you. So a couple things that don't come in your starter kit. I got these at the dollar store. There were 5 for $1. These are just little plastic water bowls. I highly recommend you get these because all of our cleansers are foaming, for the exception of the natural line. If you don't like these, bring a water spray bottle. Get 2. That way you can have one on each end of the table and people can spritz and wet their cloths. So you either want to do the bowls or you want to do the spritzer bottles, okay? And this is just something I would just add into your kit, okay? You may want to get some hair clips, you know, so you can just have people clip their hair back, you know, little headbands from the dollar store. You can use them as thank you gifts. Someone just asked me the other day, do I clean these? I guess I should. I really don't. I mean, I guess I'll start wiping them down with alcohol. My assistant might, I might have to ask her. But like half the time people walk home with my headbands anyway. So I just, you know, I don't really worry about it. I'm always buying new cheapy ones at the dollar store. So, but if there are things like this that you're collecting, yeah, we probably should be swabbing these down after your parties with rubbing alcohol. Some food for thought. And same thing with these, because these get kind of gross, especially after the charcoal mask. So rinse it out with water. But when you get home, take an alcohol wipe so it's sanitized. Okay, flat cotton rounds. I buy these in bulk. Like I just go through them for myself, but also for my business. And by the way, even if you're using these for yourself, that would be a tax write-off. Write that up for your business, okay? And then pull from your office stash for you, okay? Don't get separate ones for you. I don't like cotton balls. People have texture issues with them. They also get caught on your mascara wands. They get messy. Don't love it. So, and I just put a whole bag of these in there, okay? On the same line, the facial cloths. By the way, the facial cloth bags have changed. I don't know how well the color shows up here, but now they're like this really pretty light pink. So they're super cute. But still the same cloth inside, okay? Still the same cost. I have, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I have like an extra 2 packs at every party. This is something that I can never run out of. Okay, so I'm always taking extra with me through all my parties. I also make sure that I have extra mascara wands and extra lip wands, the doe foot wands on section 2, as well as mascara wands. And here's a pro tip. I don't buy lash intensity wands. I don't buy lash love wands. I buy the cheap, the basic, because I tell them that when they try the real wand with it, they're going to get even bigger, better results. I want them to feel the formula when we try mascaras, okay? It just keeps my life simple. It keeps it cost effective, okay? Very important. Pens. Now, these are Mary Kay pens. You can buy these on MK Connections, okay? I would encourage you never to pay for these things. Be smart. How many of you have gotten hotel pens from me? Right? When I go to Fairfield Inn Suites, I take a bunch with me, you know, from their little box, and I use them for the day, and I take them home with me, okay? Go to the dollar store, get something cheap, or work for your Star Consultant voucher and get these for free with your prize voucher, okay? Don't pay for this. This is not a necessity. Pens are a necessity. They don't have to say Mary Kay on it, okay? Be smart with your money, and you know, work for your business, because if you earn a prize like that with a Star Consultant and then you use it towards a purchase like this is a tax write-off. So your prize then becomes a tax write-off too. Something to keep in mind. I don't do cotton swabs or anything like that. I just make sure that I have lots of extra applicators. So when I was brand new, I kind of made just sure I had 5 packs of all the applicators, 5 of these guys. You know, 5 of these guys. I just made sure I had extra, so that way I could party my little tail off and not worry about not having what I needed. Okay, some other quick tips I want to share with you are your catalogs. So this is our current holiday catalog. Sorry about the lighting there. I used to do the stamper, and actually I have a stamper right here, and it would have all my information on it. But I got annoyed because the ink would smear. So I just order on Amazon these shipping labels. And I can share with you what I do, but honestly, I just do shipping labels. I print them off on my computer. I have my name, beauty consultant, and sales director. Okay, because I think we forget sometimes we are beauty consultants. We want them to make sure they know what we are. I have both my phone numbers and my website on here. I don't even put my email on there anymore because most people are going to either call me or text me or go to my website and they can email me from there. But that saves me, and then I can use these on everything. I put them on my catalogs. I can put them on like a gift card that I print off. I can put them on my sharing brochures, on my hostess brochures. So it's just one thing. It's simple, it's easy, and it's so much cheaper to get them printed if you have a printer at home. If you don't, then you're going to want to go through something like Vistaprint. You can go through MK Connections. It just tends to be a little bit pricier, unless you do like the new consultant welcome bundle. I think we need to look professional. And so this is one of my pins that I have. It has the Mary Kay logo on it and my name. I get a new one every year. Okay, just because I bang them up. I also fully believe in a beauty coat. Absolutely. I wouldn't have gotten through this pregnancy without that. You can wear almost whatever the heck you want underneath. You know, we're supposed to wear skirts and dresses, but you know, you could wear like a long sweater dress and leggings underneath in the winter, throw on your beauty coat, and you look freaking amazing. Okay, and I think that's the most important thing, is you want to look sharp, put together. And there's something about you in a black lab coat that people just take more seriously. So I have this right on my beauty coat, and then I can wear whatever dress or whatever I want underneath, and I look professional and put together. They retail for $40 at MK Connections. I would say get yourself 2. So buy one now if you don't have one, and then use your star, become a star, and get a second one for free. Okay, and then you can rotate through them. Love them, love them. Plus that way I'm not getting my clothes all messy with makeup. Okay, so those are some of the little pro tips for you. Now, oh, oh, I'm making lots of noises. I want to share with you my little system. So these little black mirrors, okay, this is what saves me because I want to be ready to grab and go. And so in each of these little black cases, I put a pen, okay, and I have my profile card. I fold it up so it fits in here. I have a facial cloth. We have a plastic insert. I have an eyeshadow wand. There's a mascara wand in here. There's a lip wand. And then my mirror with, a clean mirror I should say, with my tray insert. By the way, you can now buy these tray inserts off of Mary Kay In Touch when you order your wholesale order. So that's really cool. You can also get the ones I have here are from Pink Printing. We also have had a couple consultants who designed their own and have them up on our Facebook file page. So you could download that and print them yourself too. Okay. Do you need this insert? No, but it is nice. It just makes everything pop and easier to read rather than like that goes on top. It's so easy versus, I mean, these are numbered, but it's a little hard to read the numbers. Okay, so I think that's important too. So this is a whole complete setup for one person, right? So again, you have your insert, your tray, your mirror. I don't put makeup wipe. I don't put like these guys in there. I just do the wipe. I don't one of every applicator. Okay, profile card. I do not put a sales ticket in there, and you will see why here in a moment. But I also start putting pens in here so that when I go, if I have 10 people at a party, I take 15 because I've always learned you take more than what you think you're going to need, okay? Because there's always people who don't RSVP and show up, or people who bring friends last minute and you want to be prepared. So if you have 10 people who are coming, you want to take 15. If you have 5 people who are coming, you want to take 10, okay? And I just grab these out, I lay them in front of the place settings, and then I can start putting them together. And if someone arrives early, this saves me because everything is right here. I don't have to hunt for it. Or if someone arrives late, I can grab one out and they can put it together. It's just about being convenient, okay? So this is one of my professional time-saving tips to make sure you do that. Now, another thing I do is my sales tickets. I do something a little different. Let me reach over here and grab that. Okay, so I bought these little mini clipboards from Staples for $1. And you can search on Amazon. Do you need these? No. Okay, but I like having something like this that I can have their sales ticket. And I fold their sales ticket in half like this, and I have my assistant, I have like 15 of these clipboards, and I just load them all up with sales tickets. And I fold them up like that. And then when I open up and I'm setting up this guy, I pull my profile card out and I attach it on top so it looks just like this, okay? Now, the other cool thing is if you don't want to bother with pens, you could attach a pen to this too. So that way there's always a pen here ready to go. But that way they have a hard space. They can fill out their profile card. Then underneath is the sales ticket. If it's folded over, it's not going to mess up the carbon copy as much. So that's why I do that. I like to hide the sales tickets because I don't want people to think they have to buy stuff, okay? If I don't have those clipboards, then this is how I would, what I would do with my sales tickets. I would take my catalog and my sales ticket, I would put it on the very first page of the shopping guide. Okay, so I would just lay that in here, line it up with where the little fun little border is. And so it's hidden but kind of easy to find. So that way when they want to order, they can. Okay, again, I don't want to just sit these out. I think if I have them out right away and it's the first thing people see, what does that tell you? That means I expect you to buy stuff from me. And that's not my goal. Right? My goal is to make relationships and connections. The sales happen because of all that and because it's a great product. Okay, so getting set up for parties. Another thing you're going to need is a money bag. And my money bag is in my closet, but I just have like a fun little, you know, dollar store bag, one from 31, whatever, and I keep extra pens and change, okay? And so I keep like cash change. I don't really get a lot of cash all the time, but I have like at least 5 ones and a couple 5s. And then I just have regular change that's in there. And that is where I put all my sales tickets. Like when I'm done with my party, I love having these clipboards because I can just clip everything to it, the payment and everything, and throw it in my money bag, and I'm good to go. And it keeps everything together. So you want to make sure you have something that's big enough that can fit those in. The other thing you're going to need is a way to accept credit card payments. So if you're not familiar with a few options, I want to show you a couple. So let me pull up. Many of you probably have ProPay. Okay. If you have not purchased ProPay, you are going to want to do that right away tonight. This actually, sorry to think about the password since I timed out. Now you're going to see all my answers, all my crazy. Oh. There we go. It's going to log me in. Okay. So this is what ProPay looks like on your computer. Okay. And so if I'm going to process a credit card, I have a couple different options. So you can fill out your entire sales ticket. Notice the top has all the credit card info. You will need their full address, the 3-digit code on the back of the card, the name that's on the card. Make sure the name that's on the card and the customer's name are the same. You know, sometimes they might have their husband's credit card. Okay. And then when you get home, you can run it on here, and you're going to click on Process Cards, and you're going to fill out their card number, expiration, zip, and the amount. You can also fill out stuff down here. You're going to hit Continue, and it's going to review it, say, is this correct? You hit Yes. The other cool thing you can do is you can save, like right here it says look up store payment information. You can save this credit card, okay? So that way when your customer reorders, you can say, hey, would you like me to use the card that's on file, okay? Now, when I'm at a party, I also have the app on my phone, and I prefer the app. The app's super simple. So again, just go to your app store. Like it's like a little turquoise app. I don't know how well you can see that here on my phone, but same thing. I just type in the amount I'm going to charge them and the same kind of information. And when you sign up for ProPay, you can get a swiper. It is cheaper to plug in and use a swiper than it is to do everything by hand. You save a little bit. I mean, we're talking pennies in the grand scheme of things, but I just always forget my swiper. Just gonna be honest with you. Keep it. I try to keep my money bag. Never have it. So I just whatever. I'll lose a couple cents more at every order. It's no big deal. You can type the number in here. Another thing I do want to show you though, because not many people know you can do this. Let's go back to the page, like logging into the computer. So like if you get reorders or outside orders, this is super cool. You can go into ProPay, and you can do this on the app as well. I can send a text or email invoice, and it will go to either their cell phone or their email, and they can click on it and pay securely online. And they have 14 days to do that. So that's another key feature. So if I went up here to process a card, and then I went to send a text or email invoice, and then I just put in the person's name, first name, last name, their email address, or if it's a text message, I click on the text option, now put in their cell number, how much they owe me. I never put anything in for the invoice number, but then I write a note, you know, Mary Kay order XOXO Kim Moore, and I submit it. And it will tell you that it went through and that you have 14 days, or they have 14 days to click on this link and pay the link, okay? Love that, all right? So really cool. Okay, so ProPay is important. It also syncs along with your Mary Kay customer website. So I know like PayPal and Venmo and all those other things are great, but ProPay is the one thing that syncs instantly. And as soon as you put those credit cards through, by the time you get home, you have instant access to that money to place your reorder. You will not have instant access if you use Venmo or PayPal or Square, okay? But you do when you use ProPay. And it's awesome. And it's $40 or $30, $40 for a year. It's 3 payments of $13 something, $30. It's around in there somewhere. And there's always bonuses, like they'll run specials throughout the year. So just if you haven't signed up for it, definitely make sure you do. And let me just kind of pull up here. Let me go back. Oh, here's our YouTube channel. Make sure you're checking that out. But I want to show you guys where to find this. For those of you that don't know, because I had a consultant who Googled ProPay, and it is much more expensive if you go through it on your own versus go through the Mary Kay umbrella. So you're going to go up here to ordering, and you're going to scroll down here to ProPay, and then you're going to hit sign up now, and that will be instant. You can have that right now tonight, ready to go. Okay. Now Venmo. I do want to talk about Venmo. I think in this day and age, it's also smart to have a second way you can take payments. Venmo is great. I do like maybe a quarter of my business on Venmo. It's something that's growing, but what I like about it is that it's free. It's an app on your phone. People don't have to have a credit card, but they can sync it to their bank account. A lot of younger women, college age, the millennials, they use Venmo. Okay, so I think it's important to have that. Plus, it's free. There's no charges. It's not going to be instant, but it's another cool thing that you can do. So I would download that app, check it out, have it, link it to your Mary Kay bank account so that it can deposit money into your account for you. And it won't be something that you'll be able to use. I mean, I think it only takes like a day or two to get it set up, but you won't be able to use the money right away like you can through ProPay, but if you can save a little money and that works for somebody, that, hey, use that instead, okay? You can take cash and you can take checks. You want checks made out to you, okay, in your name, all right? And you also want to make sure you have a bank that allows mobile banking, that when you're done with your party or right there in front of the customer, you can deposit that right on the spot, okay? Now, I do offer Easy Pay. And since we're talking about forms of payment, I want to tell you about that. Is that something that's condoned by the company? No, I made this up. I was watching QVC, and they have 5 payments of Easy Pay, only $10. And this $50 bracelet can be yours. And I thought, that is genius, right? Women want stuff, but they maybe can't afford everything right this second, but they can break it into payments. So here's what I do with Easy Pay. If they purchase 2 or more sets, basically $100 or more, I allow them to break it up into 2 payments, okay? And I kind of think about it as, I want to get at least half today, because that's what it cost us, so we don't lose anything, just on the off chance that she is not full of integrity. I've only ever had this happen twice in my 16, 17 years, that someone didn't come through. Okay, so it very rarely happens, but that's how I figure out my Easy Pay. If they're getting 2 sets or more, I let them break it up into 2, maybe 3 payments. They pick the date, but they got to give me the checks now. Okay, so it's 2 post-dated checks, or a check for half today and a second post-dated check for when they want me to deposit the rest, or it's on debit or credit card. And on the sales ticket, at the end, I write Easy Pay, payment 1, payment 2, payment 3 if I do, 3 payments, and we write the date and the amount, and she signs underneath it. And I give her a copy of that, and I have a copy. I always do 1 payment today, though. That's very important, okay? I think it's smarter to split up into 2, 3 max, okay? But now here's the other thing. She doesn't get all her product until it's all paid. Okay, that's important. Now, as I've developed relationships with customers and I feel more confident, I may make the decision to give her all her product that night, especially if it's going to save me on shipping and handling. So, but I would say the first couple times you do that, do not give them all their products, just as insurance for you. Okay, until you really get to know them and you do it a few times. That would be my professional opinion. Okay, your flip chart's great to pack, right? I sometimes I bring it and sometimes I don't. I'm a bad girl. I don't read from it. I mean, I've done this so many times, I just don't read from it. In fact, if you've seen me do my parties, I actually use the catalog as my flip chart because it's seasonal, it's trendy, you know, and I can like show up the page and then I can look at it while they're looking at it and I can read exactly what's on here, what Mary Kay says about the products. So every time we have a new lookbook, I make sure that I'm actually reading this cover to cover. It is amazing the stuff that I learn. after 15, 16 years, like, guys, I don't know everything. This teaches me so much. What did I just learn the other day? Oh, it was in the natural catalog. And I was reading some stuff off about our TimeWise 3D set. I was like, I haven't been talking about peptides. There's peptides in here. Why have I not been talking about that? So again, just, I love that. Okay, so flip chart's great. Reading from your catalog is great. Another option, let me give you a whole nother idea. Because some consultants I've been coaching, working with, they're like, well, I love all that. That's a lot of wording and everything, but I need bullet points. I need simplicity for when I teach my class. So let me show you something. So we're going to go back to our Mary Kay in Touch page. Okay, and so this is what my Mary Kay looks like. Yours might be a little different. And we're going to go to the product section, and we're going to click on Product Central. And there's something on the far left here called Product Search. So you can print out a specialty product fact sheet on every product we carry. So I just had one consultant who just was like overwhelmed with the flip chart, but didn't want to read the lookbook. She wanted things like in a specific order and notes about it. And so we went in, and of course we always start with our TimeWise 3D, and she went in and printed out the product fact sheet. Say I clicked here on the TimeWise Age Minimized 3D Form 1 Cleanser combination formula, clicked on the product fact sheet. Can you guys see that? Someone give me a thumbs up. Did the product fact sheet come up? You guys can see that? Okay, great. And she printed these 2 pages out. Okay, so page 1 is a pretty picture, bullet points, right? And key languaging, a multitasking cleanser featuring our Age Minimized 3D Complex. Removes complexion dulling impurities, leaves skin feeling clean, leaves skin feeling exfoliated, and leaves your skin looking brighter. It has a fun little quote down here from a customer. She read that, and then, you know, she went through, and while they're actually cleansing, she then reads through the additional benefits and the patent pending Age Minimized 3D Complex. And, you know, again, reminds her about the order of application and then the formula attributes. Okay, she did this for every product, and then she just arranged these pages in order of the products that she was doing. So, and we're going to talk about that. So we're going to talk about what do you do for your first party, and what products do you include, and what do you offer for their second and third appointments. So if the flip chart feels too wordy, you know, take your flip chart out of the binder, print these off in the order of the products you want to go through, and use those as your bullet points, right? And think about it. You could have a whole binder of all the different products that save them. Like, don't throw them away for the party, because then you can just swap out which ones you need for your next appointment or party. And then you have like this awesome resource at your fingertips as well. You know, so it's a really great idea. So I just want to empower you to, you know, some people love to read things verbatim. Some people like to have the ease of the catalog. Some people love the bullet points and having all those facts and right there and customizing it in the perfect order for them. Okay, so that gives you some ideas on how to prepare. So now, speaking of that, we want to talk about your first party. And, you know, for some of you, you're building a team, you're looking to become duplicatable. And for some of you, you are holding your first couple parties. So there's a very specific method to my madness, why we have 3 close sheets. And the first and most important close sheet is going to be our basic party close. And so this is going to be something that you want to make sure you have printed off for your parties. I would print at least 5 to 10. And by the way, I am putting in another order of these. I'll be placing it this week. So if you would like copies of any of these, we have 3 versions. They come laminated, full color, back and front. It's $1.75 each. So let me know. You don't need to pay me this very moment. You just need to let me know how many of each you would like. So when you're a new consultant, this is the first close sheet you're going to be using. This is called Bring the Beauty Home With You. The back side of this has a picture of the starter kit on it, okay? Because again, your goal is to focus on the most important products, the most popular products, and to recruit and build your team. These are the most important products and the most easy to know and use, okay? Also notice, this is where I start you with inventory. Because again, why would I have you purchase a ton of the hardest things to sell. I want to put your money, your energy, and your effort in the things that apply to most women and to most customers right out of the gate. So this close sheet is going to set you up for your first number of parties and appointments. And what do? Your very first appointment. Guys, we're going to use what's in our starter kit. We're not going to make this difficult. We're going to keep this easy. You're going to focus on set B, your Time-Wise Miracle set. And I always do normal at all my parties. Just kind of how, I keep it simple. I don't demo more than one formula, because then I have to remember who's what. But I see how they like the formula of normal, and if there's too much moisture, then I back them down to combination. Okay, vice versa. You could try everybody in combination, and if they're a little too tight or dry, then you would switch them to normal. Okay, so keep it easy for yourself. Okay, keep it simple. The other set I use is satin hands and satin lips. Okay, now satin lips don't come in your kit, so if you don't have that, that's okay. You can try the satin hands and still talk about the lips, but I would say satin lips would be the first upgrade you would have in your starter kit. Okay, I then would also do our multi-mask set. The charcoal mask is life. I cannot keep them on my shelf, and I'm sure you guys feel the same way. It is such a great product. Huge shout out to Rachel Reddo and her super fast awesome video, which she needs to show me how she did that when she was masking the other night. Love that idea. I think we all should be doing a video like that. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. Or Rachel, if you can post it on our More Million page and then tell us like how you sped it up or what you did for that, that'd be great. This multi-mask set, love it, use it. Okay, that would be the next set we would have at our first party. Okay, then we're going to have set J and K. And set J, you have your CC creams and you have your translucent powder. So if you don't have a primer yet, it's not the end of the world, but that would be the next product that we would be adding into our kit. Okay, many of you get the charcoal mask for coming on board. Again, if you didn't have that from set H, then that'd be the first, the next thing you would add. Moisture mask, again, if you don't have it, that's okay. You can just have them do a full face of charcoal. But if you do have it, you're going to have a multi-mask. Charcoal in the T-zone, moisture mask on the cheeks. And then, of course, our Dash Out the Door Glam set K. What I recommend for colors is you're going to get Apricot Glaze and Metallic Taupe. And those would be the first two you would demo. And then I would recommend Honey Glow as the highlighter. I wouldn't do a blush. I would just do Honey Glow. It is my most popular product when it comes to that. Lip glosses, I would recommend Fancy Nancy and Beach Bronze. Okay. And then mascara is your ultimate, and that comes in your kit. Okay. So this would be like your basic party. You should have a roll bag. If you don't, when you become qualified, you'll earn one for free, but you definitely want one that goes with you to every party, because if you demo it, if you pull your products out of it, you use it, then you romance it, you're going to sell roll-up bags, and they're going to buy them or they're going to get them for free by purchasing 6 sets. Okay. Your MK Favorites bar. Eye makeup removers in the kit, so you'll be using that. The rest are not in your kit. So these would be things you would want to add to your kit as you grow your business. Number one thing to add out of all of this is your blending brush. That blending brush is fantastic. You want at least one so your hostess can use it and then pass it around and let everyone try it in the back of their hand. Very important. You'll sell a ton of brushes. You'll sell more foundation that way. That blending brush just makes everything glow. The next thing I would add is the under eye corrector. Oh my God, that's a game changer for a lot of women with dark circles. Okay, and then of course your all over powder brush. I would have one of those to demo with your hostess. Again, as your business grows, you could have 5 blending brushes to demo and 5 all over powder brushes. Okay, but we want to keep the hostess feeling special. So if you're just starting out and you don't have full inventory, one brush of each that she gets to use is okay, and applicators and fingers for everybody else. Okay. So that's going to be your first party. Again, it's a miracle set. So we do the cleanser. We talk about the miracle set. We make sure they take their eye makeup off. We talk about why we use different things for our eye makeup remover versus our cleanser for our face. We're going to then have them go directly to our charcoal mask. Let the charcoal mask on. Again, if you have both masks, they'll do one on the cheeks, one on the T-zone. Otherwise, just the charcoal mask. While the charcoal mask is on, that's when I have them do satin hands and satin lips. Okay, and I either have them do satin hands as they come in, you know, but if I got behind, I have them do satin hands and satin lips, and that's also where we play a referral game. Very important, okay? Then they're gonna wash all that off. Their hands and lips are gonna feel awesome, their face is gonna feel awesome, and we're gonna go back to their daily skincare routine, and we're gonna finish that miracle set. Okay, now we're gonna jump into makeup and glamour, and we're gonna do primer, CC cream, and finishing powder. And then we're gonna do the finishing touches with the glamour. Okay, the creamy eyeshadow, the blush, the cheek, lipstick, and the lip gloss and the mascara. And if I have under eye corrector happens after CC cream, but before the powder. It's okay, because all your creams happen before the powder. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. All right, but that's going to be your basic party, whether we're doing bridal bashes, whether we're doing first parties and appointments, that's going to be it. Okay, now here's the key thing. There are sets on here that we have not tried. Okay, we have not tried the Time Wise Repair at the top. We have not tried botanicals. We have not tried the Clear Proof. You could also reference the natural line. And we haven't tried Microderm or the Deep Wrinkle Filler. So this gives you second options for skincare and spa. So when I offer people and I tell them that we can do, this is their first of 2 free appointments, they get to choose spa or glamour. If they choose spa for their next appointment, then I'm going to book them immediately for my microdermabrasion. And I find out if they want to try a different skincare line. Okay, like I might do the Time Wise Repair so they can do our dramatic spa grade lifting and add in the wrinkle filler and add in microdermabrasion. And then I would still finish them with like the foundation set and the Dash Out the Door Glamour, but I might have them use different colors. See, that's why I have you do 2 colors. So that way if they tried apricot glaze the first time, now they can try metallic taupe. Okay, and they can try the other lip. And it still feels totally different. I'm using the same closing sheet, and I'm focusing on the most popular products that are going to appeal to most of my customers. Okay, so this gives you 2 awesome skincare, intro to glamour, basic party options, right? Now, if they say glamour for their next appointment, okay, that's where the rest of your starter kit comes in, those gorgeous color cards. Okay, so if they choose that route, that is the very next thing I do is I book them for their color appointment. And we focus on placement of color. Okay, so again, as a new consultant, I really focused on learning the main skincare products and then the main placement of glamour. All right, and so that's where your second close sheet is going to come into play. And let me pull that up. That is what I forgot to open. I meant to go back and open my stuff. Totally had prego brain and totally forgot what I was going to do. Okay, so this should be popping up on everyone's screen here in just a moment. Okay, all right, can everybody see the glamour? Thumbs up for glamour? Okay, so this is the next closing sheet for you. Notice again how it still has 3D Miracle Set and 3D Basic. So again, this is still utilizing everything that's in your starter kit. Okay, and then you're going to use set C and K. C is your color card, right? It's 3 eyeshadows and a blush. Okay, also it puts it in a compact, looks super cute, but it's going to be for brown eyes, blue eyes, or green eyes, and you get all of those color cards. Okay, and it's paint by numbers. Set K is your fast finishes, and that there's lipstick on the card. You're going to have a mascara that's already in your kit. You're going to want to buy eyeliner samples. Okay, and those are on section 2. They're like $1.50 for 6, super inexpensive, and eye makeup remover. Okay, now notice here, there's other glamour sets. So as your business grows and you get confident, we're going to be teaching you in all these other different classes. Okay, but this allows you again to start focusing on the most important. And notice I kind of have them in the order of the most important glamour classes to learn. Again, I'm lining everything up based on my experience and strategy. So the first glamour class you're going to focus on is the complete color palette, aka your color cards. Then the next one we want to start learning about is all about eyes. And for those of you that got a chance to come to our fall launch boot camp here at my home a few weeks ago, you know, we really hit that home, talked about different ways of wearing eyeshadows, okay? And how you can use all 6 colors or 5 of the 6, okay? My next most popular party is contouring. Contouring, okay? And then we have a lash bash. And sometimes I partner my lash bash, and my wow brows together, okay? Then we have a luscious lips. We have a foundation set, which, you know, we're going to teach this winter. We're going to teach you about flawless skin foundation parties so that people can try all of them. And this fast finishes set really just completes set C. You know, it's an eyeliner, a mascara, it's a lipstick, it's a standalone set for people who aren't into eye makeup but want a little pop of color. But it also completes set C, your full color card set. It also completes set D, your eye palette. It can also complete your contour palette. Okay, so like it matches up. It's like the finishing palette for almost many of those in that row. Okay. Now here, what's going to be important, let me scroll down, is our special here revolves around the brush set. So when you're doing a glamour class, it's going to be really important for you to earn a brush set for free by attending your 8 meetings or making sure that you are having one to demo. Your hostess will use it because anyone at the party can earn it for free by purchasing 6 sets. On the extras that are here, again, your blending brush is on that, okay? Eye primer, oil mattifier, and finishing spray. I would say out of these, my most popular, well, they're all really popular, but I mean, again, your blending brush, the finishing spray in the summer, eye primer the rest of the year. Like, so again, as you grow and your business grows, you're going to have more of these things to demo, more to try, okay? But everything is based on strategy, okay? So for a brand new consultant, those 2 close sheets are going to be super vital, okay? Now we do have a third close sheet, and that's going to be spa, and that's geared more to specialty supplements. And again, in a perfect world, you would hold a couple skincare parties. You would hold 5. Then you would hold 5 glamour classes, okay? And then you would start jumping into a couple other glamour classes, and then you would start jumping into some specialty supplement classes. Not everybody works this way. This is just like if I could perfectly plan your entire Mary Kay career, and you would focus on this, then this, then this, then this is the route we would go. Some of you, you may have someone around the gate who's like, oh, I want to do something like totally with this supplement or whatever, and you might have to jump to the spa or jump to like the wow brow class in the glamour much faster. That's okay, and that's why we're going to have training videos on all of these for you. But that third close sheet I'll pull up here for you is our spa sheet, and this is really focused on you guys learning more spa supplements, okay? Where did y'all go? There you are. Let me pull that up. Okay. So this is our spa beauty experience. And so in this, we have all of our skincare lines that are spa grade, right? Our natural or repair. Okay. There's also the body set and the satin hand, satin body, the chemical peel, microderm is on there. So is the multi-mask, but so is our vitamin C set. And you can pair that with any of our serums. So that makes a great serum party. The biocellulose mask, and then some of our extra hydration steps. And there again is that Skin Vigorate brush. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit more advanced. These are all awesome products, but these are things that maybe I don't purchase. I should say I don't purchase. I may not have a customer who purchases them from me like right out of the gate. These are things that I have to build them as a customer and layer them like maybe in their 2nd or 3rd appointment. Okay, not all of them, charcoal, satin hands, miracle set, absolutely. But like the biocellulose mask, the chemical peel, you know, sometimes those extra hydration sets, the skin, even the Skin Vigorate brush, it's something that they may get the 2nd or 3rd time around. Okay, and so that's why we have multiple close sheets. So do you need all the close sheets right now? It's up to you. I would highly recommend you get at least 5, 1 for every mirror of the very first one and 5 of the glamour. And then what, focus on those. Focus on those 2 parties and on those sets. Build your inventory with those and build your confidence in those parties. And then start branching out to more glamour and spa. Okay, like if you took your focus this month and said, I'm going to hold 5 skincare parties, and they can pick, do they want to do microdermabrasion or the charcoal extraction? Trust me, they'll pick a choice. And then if next month you said, I'm going to do 5 glamour parties, and they're going to be able to pick, they want to do color, they're going to do the color palette or they want to do an eyeshadow palette. They're going to pick one of those 2 choices, right? And then you can start getting into more products in the glamour line and more products in the spotlight. That would be my recommendation for each of you. So at the end of your first couple parties, it's all going to be the same. It's, this is your first of a couple appointments with me. I don't know if you know that or not, but you get 2 additional free appointments with me as your consultant. So when I close them and I say, which would you prefer first, spa or glamour? It doesn't matter if I'm brand new or I'm a full repertoire of all sorts of crazy party ideas. It's still the same question. I just am going to limit what I offer to match where my skill is and what I'm focused on with selling with inventory. Okay. So let's quickly wrap up and talk about closings. I know I'm going a little long today. So when we're closing our party, and I'm going to have a separate video that reminds you of my 3-question close. If you do not use my 3-question close, you are sorely leaving money on the table, okay? You want to just adapt it. Copy what I do. The 3-question close is huge, okay? So if you don't know what that is, message me afterwards, or I'll be working on that video and getting that up there this week for you. That also is a new consultant training as well. But you want to make sure that your job is clear. As a consultant, you want to get referrals. So you need to play a referral game. That's going to happen when they're doing the mask or the microderm or, one of your specialty treatments. You also want to get 2 parties booked. That's huge. And that's huge because if you're using our hostess plan, you've got to work for the hostess. You need to help coach her and make sure she knows that she earns like double the free product when we have 2 people who book. And that one person can be her. She could be booking something. Okay, so that's something you want to be looking for and talking with her about even before you go to her home for her party. Okay. Now, if you're doing a bridal bash, some of you are filling in for me for bridal bashes. They don't really do a hostess plan. The bride gets $20 in free product. So they're not on a hostess plan. But when you book them for their party, for the next appointment, then they go on the hostess plan. And it's really important that you book them and you get 2 people from their group to book your next 2 parties. Okay. You also want to make sure that you are just loving on them. You don't want to focus on the sale. You want to focus on what's great for them. That's going to take you much further than anything else. Okay. Now, when I close, I always close with my hostess last. Okay. Because I want to get everybody else's sales and book everybody and be able to tally everything up for her. Now, I do want to go over the hostess plan. So let me pull this up so you can check this out. So this is one of them. You can buy them from Mary Kay, but if you don't have any, print these off. These are on our Facebook page under the file section. And these are awesome. Okay, so you can actually click in here and type the day and print it off. So it has what day of the week, time, all that good stuff. It gives your hostess tips to have a great party. It gives her a script on how to invite people. It also gives her a place to write her guest list, right? And I offer a free mineral eyeshadow when they give me their guest list with at least 10 women, names and phone numbers, to me in the next 48 hours. So many women will get that to me that night before they leave, right? That's even better. I might even double and give them 2 free eyeshadows for that, okay? I can type my information in here, and then it also is a place for them to start creating their wish list. You must have a wish list for them, because if they don't have something they want to get for free, they're not going to work for it. But here, guys, here it is, their hostess plan. I want to zoom in. There's 2 options. So they only get 1. And I always tell them, we'll figure out what gives them the most free product at the party. But I want them to know there's 2 options. Option 2 is what I start with. I say, no matter what, as long as you have 2 friends over the age of 18 that are there, no consultant, they can't have a consultant already, you're guaranteed to get $75 of product for $35. Okay, now that is if no one buys, worst case scenario. And really that just means she picks out $75 on the sales ticket and I subtract $40 off before I factor in her sales tax, okay? Option 1 is where I want to be. And I want to get her in this 20% sales column. And I normally circle that $100. And I say, but this is where you're going to be. And this is what we're going to do to get there. So we need to have a $500 party and get 2 parties booked from yours. And you get $100 in free product. That's my goal for you. Okay. Now, what if they have a $1,000 party? Do I go up? I most certainly do. Okay. If they have a $700 party, I still give them 20%. So I reward them. Okay. And that's why I have so many $1,000 parties. But right out of the gate, I circle that. That's what I put her mind on to focus. This 75 for 35 is her backup option. Okay. But that's what I do. That's how I rock my hostess plan. Typically at the end of my party, I never completely cash my hostess out until the next, I pick 3 days later, because I always am encouraging her to follow up with people who didn't come and to get outside orders. You are always going to have people who don't show and say that they do, or she might never even have thought of taking a book into work to get outside orders. If you don't ask for outside orders, you never get outside orders. So just start asking for it. And be like, oh, who do you know that didn't come today that may want to look at a catalog? Why don't we figure out what you want today, but why don't we touch base again, I think 2-3 days from now, and then that way it gives us a chance for you to get some outside orders and for me just to double check with everyone in case they want to add a few things. Because there's always people she invited that didn't come, and you might want to reach back out to them and book them for a party or see if they want to purchase anything. Okay, and so it just allows you, I get another $50 to a couple $100 in those 3 days if I work it. Okay, and then when we close over the phone, and it gives me a great opportunity to make sure I do a career survey with her, because I can give her an extra half off item for watching the video and following up with me and my director, and that's how I really maximize that hostess plan. Okay, so that's really important. Now, filling out a sales ticket, if you guys have any questions about that, it's pretty simple. The sales ticket is self-explanatory. Same thing with the app. So I have one right here, and that light is so bright. It doesn't matter what you write here. This is for your eyes only, okay? I keep all my full prices in one column, and I keep all the discounts in another. And then I just add everything up. You want to add the total retail cost and your subtotal. That's the full price before sales tax, before discounts are applied. And then underneath, there's a little blank spot here. I write the word discounts, and I add up my discount column, and I write that there. And then, let's say she has no discounts here, but let's say she had $10 off. It'd be 94, and then minus the 10 in discounts, that would give me a new subtotal of 84. And that's what I would charge 6% sales tax on. Okay? Now, I love paper receipts. I use them mostly for my parties when they're large. But just know that if I don't have a large party, then I try to do everything on my Customers app, just so it saves me from having to do data entry later. Okay? And you do want to keep records of this in your My Customers. We're going to do, next week's meeting is going to talk about how to manage all this info, what to do with this when you come home from a party. So next week's unit meeting is going to be awesome as well. So you won't want to miss that too. Okay, so that wraps up my class for tonight. I know we went a little bit over, running into new consultant training. I probably have some people like, hey, what's going on? They're probably already in that classroom, thinking, is Kim ever coming? But I am going to open it up for questions. So just go ahead and just holla if there was anything you had a question about when it comes to packing and prepping and how to get ready for your party and what products to choose. Or you can message me. I'll just kind of go around. Amanda Funson, thumbs up, or do you have any questions? Okay. Amanda Robbins Davis, Davis Robbins, DR, RD, whatever my new nickname for you. Thumbs up, or do you have any questions? Okay, cool. Rachel Reno, any questions for you, or thumbs up? Okay. Shelby, and look at that little cutie pie. Oh my God, I can't wait, I can't wait. How did that help you tonight? Thumbs up. Do you have any other questions? Okay. You do later? Okay. Just message me later. That's cool. Rebecca, hey Stacia. Anastasia's there. So Rebecca, any questions for you, or thumbs up? You'll talk to me later? Okay. And Sam, I don't see you, so if you don't message me or speak up, I'm assuming you're good too. So this is recorded, so you guys, I'm going to upload this to our YouTube tonight, so you can watch it again if you need to, okay? So thank you so much for jumping on. I'm going to turn